I tested all of the best mechanical keyboard under $100 of 2026, and in this video, I am going to rank them in a tier list based on their value for money, overall performance, and more. Links to all of the products will be in the description below. Keytron V1 Max. This board is honestly a fantastic all-rounder that hits that sweet spot for anyone wanting wireless freedom without breaking the bank. I love the 2.4 GHz connectivity for gaming because it's snappy and reliable, and having QMK via support means I can customize every single key to my heart's content. It feels premium. The gasket-mounted structure gives it a really nice, cushioned typing feel, and that aluminum knob is just the cherry on top. I'm placing this one in the God tier because it's just so versatile and fun to use. Keytron C2 Pro. If you need a full-size layout with a number pad but don't want to spend a fortune, this is a serious contender that feels way more expensive than it actually is. I'm really impressed by the 8,000 Hz polling rate, which makes it surprisingly great for competitive gaming despite being a wired-only board. It has that classic, nostalgic look, and the double-shot PBT keycaps are durable and feel great under the fingers. Because it offers such incredible performance and customization for the price, I'm putting this in the great tier. Keytron C1 Pro. This is such a solid, no-nonsense choice for anyone who wants a clean, retro-inspired TKL board that just works perfectly right out of the box. I really enjoy the typing experience here. It's smooth, responsive, and the OSA profile keycaps make it super comfortable for long sessions. It's wired only, which might be a bummer for some, but that trade-off gets you an 8K polling rate in a really sturdy build that feels like it'll last forever. For its value and performance, I'm ranking this in the good tier. Keytron K2 Pro. I have mixed feelings about this one, because while it brings that premium QMK/VIA customization to a compact 75% layout, the build materials feel a bit underwhelming compared to the newer options. It's definitely a capable wireless board, but the plastic case and the overall typing sound just don't quite hit the same level of satisfaction as the V-Series boards. It's not a bad keyboard by any means, but in 2026, it feels a bit dated and overshadowed by better alternatives. I'm putting this in the average tier. Keytron V3 Max. This TKL board is a total powerhouse that offers almost everything you could want. Triple connectivity, hot swappable switches, and a really satisfying sound profile. I've spent a lot of time typing on this, and while I've noticed a little bit of PCB flex and the volume knob placement is a bit awkward, it's still one of the best feeling boards I've used in this price range. It's reliable, highly customizable, and just a joy to use for both work and play. I'm giving this a God tier ranking because it's just that good.
Ala F75. This board is an absolute standout for anyone wanting a premium, thocky typing experience without breaking the bank. I love the gasket-mounted design and the pre-lubed switches, which make it feel so much more expensive than it actually is. It's perfect for students, office workers, or gamers who want a compact 75% layout that just works right out of the box. I'm putting this in God tier because it hits that sweet spot of performance, sound, and value that is hard to beat.
Ala F99. If you absolutely need a number pad but don't want a massive, bulky keyboard, this is such a smart compromise. The 96% layout is super practical, and that bouncy, gasket-mounted typing feel is genuinely a delight to use every day. While the software is a bit of a letdown and it lacks a volume knob, the solid build and consistent sound make it a winner for productivity. I'm placing this in great tier because it's a fantastic tool for work, even if it's not quite as perfect as its smaller sibling.
Ala F87 Pro. This thing is a beast for competitive gaming, and I am honestly blown away by the 8K polling rate at this price point. It's a TKL layout that feels incredibly responsive, and that massive 10,000 mAh battery is just ridiculous in the best way possible. It's a bit heavier than some, but for anyone who wants a serious gaming edge without jumping into the complex world of Hall effect boards, this is a top-tier choice. I'm ranking this in God tier for its sheer performance and feature set.
Royal Kludge RK61. This is a classic, and while it's great for travelers or minimalists who need extra desk space, it's definitely showing its age. The 60% layout is super compact, but the lack of dedicated arrow keys can be a real pain if you aren't used to function layers. Plus, with the software issues and high latency, it's hard to recommend for anything other than a very budget-friendly, casual setup. I'm putting this in average tier because it's okay, but there are just better, more modern options available now. Royal Kludge RK84. I really wanted to love this one because of the extra features like the USB pass-through, but the 2.4 GHz wireless connection is just too unreliable for my taste. It's a decent enough board if you plan to use it primarily wired or via Bluetooth, and the 75% layout is very functional for the price. However, the software is frustrating, and those connectivity issues hold it back from being a true daily driver. I'm ranking this in good tier because it's a solid entry-level option if you can get it on sale, but it's not without its headaches. Royal Kludge R65. This board is a fantastic little 65% option that really surprised me with how much value it packs for the price. I love the gasket-mounted design and the pre-lubed switches, which give it a much more premium typing and sound feel than I expected. While the case clips can be a bit of a pain to open and the software isn't always perfect, it's a solid, reliable choice for anyone wanting a compact, great-feeling board without doing heavy mods. I'm placing this in great tier. Royal Kludge M100. If you need a full-sized experience without taking up your entire desk, this 96% layout is honestly such a smart move. The massive 8,000 mAh battery is a total game changer for wireless use, and having that dedicated screen and dual knob setup makes it feel way more expensive than it actually is. It's perfect for data crunchers or anyone who just wants an all-in-one powerhouse that works flawlessly across multiple devices. I'm putting this one in God tier. Ajas AK820 Pro. I am genuinely obsessed with how much tech they managed to cram into this 75% board for the money. The combination of the gasket mount, that super handy TFT screen, and the rotary knob makes it an absolute joy to use for both work and gaming. While the plastic case doesn't feel quite as premium as some others, the performance and features are just unbeatable for the price. This is easily God tier. Red Dragon K552 Kumara. This is a classic budget warrior that's been around for a while, and honestly, it's still a super reliable starter board if you're on a really tight budget. I love how sturdy the build quality feels with that metal plate, but the lack of wireless connectivity and the loud, clicky switches definitely show its age. It's a decent, no-frills option for someone just getting into the hobby, but it's starting to feel a bit dated compared to newer boards. I'm ranking this as average tier. Red Dragon K673 Pro. This board really tries to bring that modern, enthusiast-level feel to a budget price point with its gasket-mounted structure and tri-mode connectivity. I appreciate the versatility and the inclusion of a knob, but the build quality feels a bit too flexible for my taste, and the software is honestly pretty disappointing. It's a decent choice if you find it on a good sale, but it doesn't quite hit the same level as the top contenders. I'm putting this in good tier. Redragon K686 Pro. This keyboard is a bit of a mixed bag for me. It offers a ton of features like a 96% layout, tri-mode connectivity, and a gasket-mounted design for a really low price. I love how much value you get, but I've had some frustrating experiences with the 2.4 GHz wireless connection being inconsistent. It's a great option if you're on a tight budget and want that full-size functionality, but the quality control issues hold it back. I'm ranking this as average tier. ACO 3068B+. This board is such a solid, reliable workhorse for anyone who wants enthusiast-level features without the headache of building a custom keyboard. It's got hot-swappable switches, triple connectivity, and those PBT keycaps that just hold up so well over time. While the plastic case doesn't feel quite as premium as aluminum, the typing experience is surprisingly refined right out of the box. I'm placing this in great tier because it hits almost every mark for gamers and remote workers on a budget. NuFi Air 75 V2. This is honestly a game changer if you love that sleek, modern aesthetic and want something that feels like a premium extension of your workspace. The low-profile design is incredibly comfortable for long typing sessions, and the build quality, with that CNC aluminum top plate, feels way more expensive than it actually is. I absolutely love the tri-mode connectivity and the fact that it supports QMK-VIA, which is just massive for customization. It is easily my god-tier choice for anyone who wants a perfect blend of style, portability, and performance. Durgod Taurus K320. If you are someone who just wants a no-nonsense, incredibly well-built TKL keyboard, this is exactly what you need. It doesn't try to be flashy with RGB or extra gimmicks. It just focuses on rock-solid build quality, excellent stabilizers, and a really consistent typing feel. It's a bit older and wired only, which might turn off some people, but for pure typing performance, it's still a beast. I'm putting this in good tier because it's a classic that just gets the job done. MSI Viger GK50 Elite. This one is definitely for the gamers who want a recognizable brand and a sturdy metal-topped aesthetic on their desk. It's responsive enough for gaming, and I do appreciate the dedicated hotkeys, but it feels a bit limited compared to the other options here. The clicky switches can get pretty tiring, and it just lacks the enthusiast-grade features like hot swappability that I've come to expect. Because it feels a bit dated and less versatile, it lands in trash tier for me. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the best mechanical keyboard under $100 for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description.